Hi everybody, it's me again, and I'm gonna be making this on my movies on channel. I wanted to take the opportunity and just go through 10 different movies that I saw in theaters throughout 2024. And these 10 movies in question, the 10 movies that I'm gonna be talking about here, have to take place at AMC, of course. Yes, 2024 was definitely a good year for me to see movies at AMC. Yeah, I've been at AMC a lot in 2024. Yeah. And keep in mind, I'm actually going to be ruling out any movies that I saw in theaters in 2024 that I did not see at AMC. Basically, Regal, because I've seen that Bob Marley movie, Challengers, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Inside Out 2. They will be excluded from this video because I've seen those at Regal. Because those are not movie. Well, I did see those movies in theaters, but I did not see them on AMC. So, yeah. And keep in mind, this won't be the only video that I talk about 10 different movies because this will be the first list. Second one will be later. I'm gonna make this weekend. I'm also gonna be focusing on movies. I'm also gonna be doing another list video regarding AMC that basically me talking about 10 different movies I saw in theaters throughout the first half of the decade whenever I was at AMC. Like Birds of Prey, whatever movie, basically whatever movie I was able to see in theaters throughout the first half of the decade that had to take place at AMC. But, and also, another thing I want to mention is I'm not going to mention what AMC location I saw these movies in for the safety of these locations, or for I'm just not focusing on the location. Basically, I'm just going to just talk about the 10 movies and that's it. Not mention what locations I've seen when it came to AMC. But anyways, with that being said, let's get started. And I apologize if AMC's logo appears in this little video because I wanted to do this intro with the AMC logo. And with that being said, let's see what 10 movies are going to be here. Madame Web is the first movie that I'm going to be talking about in this video. Okay, so Madame Web was definitely not a box office success. It was definitely one of the worst instant Marvel movies to come out in the decade. The fourth of the Spider-Man era of movies that Sony has worked on. Sony has also did the Venom movies. Venom's The Last Dance will be mentioned later on, but I'm not focusing on that movie right now. Mobius, of course. Mobius was not a hit either. There's some other movies, like, what was that other one? What was the first two movies that? Anyways, Madame Web stars Dakota Johnson, and this was not. This one, I thought. I mean, Julie Roberts and Dakota Johnson were nominated for Worst Actress and Supporting Actress for the upcoming Razzies event, the 2025 Razzies, but that's not important. I mean, I didn't care for this. I mean, Sony knew that this was going to be a disaster, especially Marvel, because this is a Marvel movie that is under Sony's hands. Well, yeah, Disney has their hands on Marvel. This is one of the few Marvel movies not to be involving Disney, but don't think this was a good movie whatsoever. for a superhero movie. And a superhero movie, Dakota Johnson. I don't think Dakota Johnson might do another superhero movie again after this because of the box office failure this movie became. And the fact that it's being nominated for almost all the Razzies. That one of the movies is being nominated for Worst Picture. I mean, no, one of the movies is being nominated for every category at the upcoming event, but I'm not sure what else is there when it comes to the 2025 Razzies event. This is going to be announcing the worst of the worst for 2024. But say next up will be okay. So the second movie I'm going to be talking about here now is Frozen Empire, Ghostbusters and Frozen Empire. Okay, so between this was not too bad for a movie because I am a fan of the original Ghostbusters, and the second one seems to be underrated to me. But yeah, I also saw the women's version, but I don't think I a huge fan of that version, despite it was the unexpected positive reception. But yeah, with Paul Rudd doing, the role. I mean, I like that Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray and some of the other cast members from the original Ghostbusters were in here because you can't forget about the original cast members. I mean, it's nice to see Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and that other guy, I'm trying to get that guy's name in my mind, but I'm forgetting his name now. He looked good for his age, but the one thing I was surprised that didn't appear here was Sigourney Weaver. She cameos in the other two Ghostbusters movies, but not seeing her in this movie, it felt like, what's a Ghostbusters movie without Sigourney Weaver? I mean, the action was alright. I mean, trying to save the city from a disaster was understandable. Kumar Nanjiani was doing fire-breathing strategies to stop the stuff from getting frozen. Yeah, Frozen Empire was okay film to me, but this was one of the movies I saw in theaters when I was on my home visit. But yeah, I'm glad I got to see this movie in theaters because I also saw Afterlife in theaters as well. The 2016 Ghostbusters I saw in theaters. The original Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 I did not see in theaters, but Ghostbusters Frozen Empire in theaters 2024. I have to say, yeah, that was the second movie. The Garfield movie, let's just say, or I'm gonna be honest, the Garfield movie I did see at Regal, but this movie, it's fair to include this movie. Yeah, it's fair game that the Garfield movie would appear in this video. Yes, I did see the Garfield movie at least at AMC the first time before I saw it again at Regal. I mean, don't get me wrong, seeing it in two different movie theaters, two different movie chain theater companies. The Garfield movie did not have a good reception from critics, but yeah, I loved it because it's a cat. I like Garfield. He's a beautiful kitty. I don't know why I said that, but as an orange cat, I mean, it's nice to see Garfield trying again on the big screen. I mean, there were some those live action Garfield movies. It's no wonder why Bill Murray hated the Garfield movie that 20th Century Fox has made. But this was another one from Sony. This is the third movie I'm talking about that is from Sony. Each one has been made by Columbia Pictures. Jeez, how many movies in a row am I gonna do for Sony? Yeah, the animation was beautiful. We got to see you guys. Nice to see Garfield talking about how he met John, the human, and we also had Otis, the sweet doggy too, the little doggy. Yeah, the animation was beautiful. I mean, couldn't resist it being an animation. But yeah, I admire having Garfield on the big screen again. I mean, I seen that live action Garfield movie from 20th Century Fox before, but seeing this movie, yeah, it's no wonder why the audience had a love relationship with this movie, because they took kind to this movie better than the critics. At least with the popcorn meter on Rotten Tomatoes is concerned. But yeah, that's the Garfield movie. Alright, the fourth movie in this video I'm going to be going through is Beetlejuice. Now, I didn't see the first the first Beetlejuice movie in theaters, but I gotta see some of that. But Beetlejuice, yeah, it was pretty good. And this is a Warner Bros. Movie that I'm talking about now. Yeah. And we gotta see Michael Keaton come back as Beetlejuice. Yeah, Jenny Ortega, if you remember the Wednesday series from Netflix, I'll be honest, I've not seen the Netflix movie. Pretty good to see Winona Ryder come back. And also Catherine O'Hara. I mean, I haven't reviewed the Beetlejuice, but with this camera, yeah, it's pretty nice to watch this movie. I know it's supposed to be a horror movie, but with comedy too, kind of felt funny. I mean, I like the comedy with this one. And this is the fourth movie I saw in theaters. Well, I saw this one in theaters. And this is actually the fourth movie I'm up to now for this video. You can't see why that Beetlejuice scene. I mean, I'm not sure if this was one of the anticipated movies I had in mind for 2024, but yeah, I had to see it. Well, I'm gonna just sit down and take a look at the first Beetlejuice movie whenever I get the chance, because I haven't seen that first movie, but the second movie was a blast for me. Godzilla X Kong New Empire is the fifth movie for this list that I'm going to talk about now. As the rare instance of seeing a monster movie like this, I've seen a monster movie. I've seen Rampage and that other Godzilla. Rampage I saw in theaters, but enough about that. I mean, the guts. Let's see. This movie was pretty good. I mean, not too bad. I actually had a nice experience, a nice time with this movie. But I mean, having Godzilla fight with Kong, it's the battle of the beast. Like Kong, the girl does his beat chest, and then Godzilla. Tokyo's that famous Japanese monster taking on a non-Japanese monster. Gotta admit that critics unfavorably favored this to a different Godzilla movie. But yeah, this is a movie that I wanted to take a look. There was no denying that seeing this was a good experience, but yeah, what can you do? This movie was one of the few It was 100. Was one of the almost 2 hour movies I saw in theaters. But yeah, I had a nice time with this movie. Didn't expect to see an A24 movie to appear in here, but Civil War was it's the sixth movie that I'm going to be talking about here. Now, Civil War was an A24 movie that I got to see in theaters, but I don't even often see movies that are from A24 in theaters because that's also a rare opportunity for me because I saw Uncut Gems starring Adam Sandler. But yeah, Civil War was another movie that I saw in theaters at AMC. It's like a thriller movie where you have these people going after, there's like a war going on and it's just civil war basically. They're just killing other people to survive, and then and we got Kristen Dunst, and we got these kind of main characters trying to hunt for, trying to survive and just go for different universals. Hopefully, get to review Civil War eventually somewhere down the line, but this is another one. This was another thriller that I got to see in theaters, or it must be action? Suspense? It must be an action and thriller, but yeah. What can I say? Pretty good movie. If is the seventh movie to be in this video, and Imaginary Friends with we got these ifs in Imaginary Friends. We had the one character with the rubber eyes, like that kind of animation. I mean, that style was like nostalgia. We had that bear, we had Marshmallow, a flower, Blue, who is a huge imaginary friend. One of the big ifs is purple instead of blue. Yeah, If is from Paramount. It's one of the few Paramount movies that I saw in theaters. Because I also saw Transformers 1, which I will be talking about in the second video, list video. But If was not a successful, wasn't a box office success to say the least, but yeah, it's a various creatures. I mean, I think this was a good film. I mean, for a family feature, but I kind of thought it was kind of cute because we had these ifs coming around, and we had like Ryan Reynolds. I don't think it was Ryan Reynolds. I don't think Ryan Reynolds had anything to do with this movie, but yeah, it was something nice experience. Deadpool Wolverine is the 8th movie here. What can I say? I had a blast with this movie. It's another Marvel movie too, but this one is involving Disney. I personally have a big It was a very awesome Marvel movie, to be honest. And Deadpool, the synthesis was crazy. I mean, Deadpool got the fight with Wolverine numerous times. And I also like the various Deadpool, like the young Deadpool, and then the Deadpool that looked like a lady. The Ryan Reynolds also appeared in this one. Just, it was not the only movie that I could think of that I can say that features it wasn't one of my favorites from 2024. It's pretty cool. It's pretty yeah, I did see the other two Deadpool movies, so I wanted to see them first before I had an idea where we are for part of the MCU, first MCU movie to be given the R rating. I had a great experience with this movie. I actually saw this movie in theaters at least twice. What could possibly go next? But what's the next movie? We'll find that out. The ninth movie here is The Wild Robot. Yes, The Wild Robot was another movie that I got to see in theaters in AMC 2024. And oh my, one of the best movies that DreamWorks has to offer that came out this decade. I mean, the teenage Ruby Gilligan, the teenage legend, the Kraken one was a box office disaster. And that Puss in Boots movie was pretty cute too. But hopefully DreamWorks learned from that box office disaster. A sci-fi movie. You have a robot learning about the animal life, and you have the various animal characters appearing. The animation was beautiful. Not the only animated movie that I saw in theaters, but one of the few. I also seen The Boy and the Heron too. Anyways, when it comes to movies like this, peace. Doing the peace sign. It was a very beautiful experience to watch the Bravo, but I recommend this movie. And I have yet to review these movies, by the way, too. The ones that I was talking about. What's the last movie? I'll give you a hint. It's one of the few movies that is not from 2024. It's also a Disney one. What is it? You'll find out. A bit. So the final movie in this video that I saw in theaters at AMC in 2024 was The Lion King. Now, The Lion King is the only movie in this list video that is not from 2024, but the reason why I got to see The Lion King in theaters because, well, for the 30th anniversary in 2024, The Lion King is one of my personal favorites from the Walt Disney Company. I mean, despite the recent controversies and the backlash related news that Disney has been getting for the recent years, well, I digress, but that's not important. But The Lion King was a classic. I've watched this numerous times, and it seemed to be very convincing that this movie is going to be a masterpiece, and it still holds up well to this day. But I think the portrayal of the hyenas, like who voice them, there was a race, despite the racist moment that The Lion King has, but I'll review The Lion King in a bit, but yeah, The Lion King was a classic, and what is the number one spot for this first list? The Lion King, Mufasa. Also, I got to see this in theaters before James Earl Jones died in September. But anyways, talking about this, I wanted to make sure I was honoring James Earl Jones' legacy, because though he did pass away here in New York in 2024, it's so sad that James Earl Jones would die when he was during his 90s. But rest in peace, James Earl Jones. The Lion King will never forget you. You'll always be remembered for Mufasa, Darth Vader, and some other roles that you played. And yeah, The Lion King was the last movie to talk about here. Okay, so that will be it for this video, and yeah, it's over 25 minutes. Now, like I said, this is not going to be the only video where I talk about 10 movies I saw at AMC throughout 2024. I know that I also seen The Boy and the Heron, that other anime movie. Also seen Transformers 1, The Fall Guy, and The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So those, hopefully you may see those movies appear in the second list video. However, there are plenty more movies I did see in theaters at AMC, so this is not going to be the only video. So stay tuned for the next 10 movies when I talk about 10 movies I saw on AMC again for 2024. There will be a second video. Also, I will be doing my review for The Lion King because I had that video idea in mind, and I'm also going to be talking about movies that I saw at Regal throughout 2024. That video will be on its way for Friday, as this will be uploaded for Thursday, January 22nd of 2025. Or January 23rd, excuse me. This will be going up on the 23rd. And then the 24th will be the video where I talk about what movies I've seen in theaters at Regal. But this was for AMC. Also, this weekend, I'll be talking about 10 different movies I saw in theaters throughout the first half of the decade that I was at AMC. So that video will be on its way this weekend. So be sure to check out that video when I get to it. And that'll be it for this video. I'm sorry that I took long to do this video. It could have been short, but it is what it is. But anyways, there are more movies I did see in theaters at AMC. Like I said, that video will be on its way. And stay tuned for the Regal one, and stay tuned for my review for The Lion King, because that will be on its way as well.